Everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and your coffee shot for Tuesday, December 7th. Apologies for the lack of a coffee shot on Thursday. Had some technical issues. But today, we're back with a story from disabilityscoop.com, and we're going to be talking about whether or not cameras should be put into special education classrooms. And before we get into this story, I'm just going to give you my opinion, flat out on cameras in special ed classrooms. My opinion is yes. Yes, there should be cameras in those classrooms, and I would even put it further to say that institutions that are specifically meant to teach disabled children, such as schools for the blind, schools for the deaf, schools specifically geared towards severely autistic children, they should also have cameras, because the amount of abuse that goes on in institutions like that is insane. And there's literally no way to prove it usually. It's usually the student's word against the teacher's word. And that needs to stop. And I think that having cameras in classrooms and common areas, of course, they're not going to stop all of the abuse that may happen behind closed doors in private, but it's a big step to picking up some of the things that are happening in the public areas, and then can open the door into investigating everything. I think that's a huge step, because some of these kids, whether they be in a special ed class in a public school or they be in an institution, some of them are nonverbal and they can't tell their parents, Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so is treating me badly. These kids, some of them can't talk. There needs to be an accountability system. And I think that, unfortunately, cameras are the way to go, because strangely enough, I don't know what it is, but there seems to be an inordinately large demographic of people that have some sort of predatory slash power trip complex that seem to gravitate towards helping or teaching or working with the disabled or the elderly even. And this is not to say that every caregiver or teacher is abusive. That's far from the case. But sadly, there are many more abusive special ed and disability specialized trained teachers than there should be. So let's get into this article now that I've spoken my piece, and we will find out what is going on as to why cameras are being called for in special ed classrooms. This is, as I said, from the Disability Scoop. Where is the stupid go away? Sorry about that pop-up. So this is from disabilityscoop.com, as I said. This is a story out of Dallas, Texas. Story headline reads, "Abuse claims against teachers renew calls for more cameras in special ed classrooms." And this is a story that was posted today, December 6th, or not today, sorry, yesterday, December 6th. And it is written by Emily Dulmanson, I believe is the way you pronounce this woman's name. Cheyenne Oakley took her spunky and almost always laughing 3-year-old son Sutton to school for the first time this fall at Burleson's Norwood Environmental Sciences Academy, an elementary school south of Fort Worth. Okay. Wow, 3 and he's going to elementary school? All right, I guess they do things differently in Texas. Quote, "He has a huge personality for a little boy that can't talk." Oakley said of her only child. Sutton has cerebral palsy and uses a wheelchair. He's nonverbal, but still communicates his emotions clearly through laughter, tears, and in some cases, screams. Okay, so I'm guessing if he's in a wheelchair, he may be quadriplegic or unable to learn sign language. Or maybe he will learn sign language in the future. Who knows? In the first month and a half of the school year, Oakley watched her son uh, transform, become increasing become increasingly emotional during school drop off. She thought it was the newness in his routine. Worriedly, she checked with his teacher about a potential behavioral problem. They insisted it was just the adjustment, she said. So, yeah, like, this is, even with my kids when they went to preschool for the first month, they were a lot more clingy with me when they got home. So, I I would, if I was her, I would be, okay for the first month and a half. Yeah, I would buy that. But in early October, Norwood's principal called the two educators responsible for. Uh, wait, this skipped something. But in early October, Norwood's principal called the two educators responsible for Sutton's class, designed to get young children with disabilities ready for a mainstream education, had been accused of abusing some of their students, including Oakley's son. Oh Jesus. I would, if the principal is calling me, like, first of all, good on the school for actively, I hope good on the school for actively calling the parents right away. Like, I hope that this is a good beginning to a continued effort on the school's part to nip this in the bud, because usually it's the parents that have to figure this out the hard way through, like, their child's behavior, and then, like, investigating and then bringing it to the school and having it ignored. So I'm hoping this continues in a good trend. Principal Candace Cook explained to the families of Sutton's classmates that someone had accused teacher Gianna Mangus and Holly Monroe, a teacher's aide, of inappropriate behavior toward kids, including pinching them in their armpits. Jesus Christ. Cupping hands over students' mouths to stop their cries, and ridiculing the young children with disabilities, according to a recording. The Dallas Morning News obtained a recording of Cook relaying the findings of the investigation to one of the students' parents. Oh, okay. I thought they had a recording of the actual abuse. Yeah, if I was a mom and I got, well, I am a mom, but if I was a mom of a nonverbal child and I got a call that was, hey, these teachers have been accused of abusing kids, including your son, like, I would, I think both Pincalo and I would probably be, like, at the school, like, who do we kill? Where are they? Um, let's see. Being a mom, in general, it is scary for your child to start school, but especially when you're a parent to a nonverbal child, you have your guard up super high, Oakley said. And, well, I can understand that, because you don't, like, your kid can't do the normal kid things. You can't be like, hey, how was school? What did you do? How was your day? And if they seem a little off, you can't ask them what's wrong, because they can't tell you. Quote, I'm living in my worst nightmare right now. My biggest fear is happening right in front of me, or right in front of my eyes. Mangus and Monroe face three Class A misdemeanor charges. That's it, which are punishable by a fine up to $4,000 or 1 year in prison, or 1 year imprisonment in jail, or both. Their arrest warrants are part of sealed court documents and are unavailable to the public at this time. A Burleson police official said this week. Mangus declined to comment. Monroe did not respond to request for comment. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. We need to have the cameras there because we need to be able to catch people abusing students, and we also need to be able to clear teachers. Say we have an overprotective parent who, their kid actually misbehaves and they needed to be disciplined and nothing physical or, emotionally abusive happens, but the kid is coddled and, the mother or father finds out that they had to be disciplined and says that the teacher abused them. That the cameras are there to clear that teacher's name. It's good for both sides. This is why I'm definitely for putting cameras not only in special ed classrooms, but in the classrooms and common areas of like residential disability schools. This is absolutely a thing that needs to happen. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys think that cameras should be put in special ed classrooms and disability schools? Let me know. I hope you guys have a great day. This has been your Coffee Shot for December 7th, Tuesday. And catch Canadian Wednesday tomorrow, Wednesday, December 8th. Have a great day, guys.